Hey guys, what's happening? Sonata here. Uh, First, I want to apologize for my voice. It's been a rough couple days and very tired and lost my voice. But I really wanted to make this video real quick and talk about a couple of the things that I've been seeing around recently, just online about cloud gaming, and just talk through a couple of these things and what I'm thinking about it. Something that I saw last week in the news on about the Xbox boss made this statement saying how Amazon and Google are its competitors in the gaming industry right now, and that kind of got some wheels turning in my head. Because as everyone knows, for the longest time, it's always been Sony and Microsoft battling for the best console. But now it seems our focus has switched to Amazon and Google. And it got me wondering, is PlayStation dead? Is this the end of PlayStation? I don't think it is. I really don't. I think this might be the last of PlayStation in the current form that it's in. But I don't think PlayStation is done yet. I would hope they would have something up their sleeves. And let me explain why I don't think it's dead. First reason is because console gamers are going to need a transition. They're not going to be able to drop the past couple decades of having a console and then all of a sudden there's no console and it's all cloud gaming. I don't think that transition will be easy for them, mainly because they won't have their physical games anymore. I know a lot of consoles, you don't have your physical games as it is already, but I think it's just going to be hard for some people to move into the cloud gaming mindset, if that makes sense. And another thing I think that will, a reason why I don't think PlayStation is necessarily dead yet is because of the exclusives that Sony has on their PlayStation platform. I think a lot of their exclusives are going to sell their console, the PlayStation 5 coming out here. And those are really the two reasons why I think PlayStation isn't dead yet. Could it die if Sony doesn't do anything and just keeps on making consoles? Possibly. If cloud gaming really takes off and Sony just sits back and does nothing, I think they should be a little bit worried. And they might be worried now trying to figure out a solution. But currently, the only companies that had the architecture for cloud gaming is Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, which is why I think the Xbox boss said that to begin with, because they're the only companies that have a server infrastructure that's big enough to support cloud gaming. So moving on, kind of going to focus a little bit here on Stadia recently. There's a lot of talk on Stadia right now. And that is disappointment. Go ahead for me and open up a new tab, search in YouTube, Stadia review. I bet you they're negative reviews, right? And same for blog posts, reviews, articles, everything is just negative. There's like this negative tarp that was laid on top of this gaming platform. And is Stadia a disappointment? I think for some people it might be, because I think the people that are disappointed are looking at Stadia as it is now and not what it can be soon. And a lot of people will hate on me for saying that statement right there, but let me explain why. Why I think Stadia wasn't as good or could cause disappointment right now. And this is my opinion. So I think the main thing why people are disappointed with Stadia is because of the miscommunications that went on, mainly at the keynotes, announcing all these features, making it seem like we were getting all this stuff on day one. I don't think it was ever Google's plan to make these features available day one, but people kind of expected it the way that the keynotes were kind of presented. I expected it for sure. And so when the release date came around, the release date was announced and everybody's like, yes, we'll be able to play on this day. That did not happen as If you looked around, as you may have found out, a lot of people were locked out for several weeks and couldn't get in, even though they bought it the day it was first announced. And I think the lack of communication and how they were going to go about releasing Stadia, and then also what features would be included in Stadia, is where Google went wrong. And because of that, it caused a lot of disappointment. I think they should have announced Stadia as a beta platform for those who wanted to get running on the ground floor and get in there immediately and test this stuff. Be a founder. That's how it should have been worded, not like this is the first of its kind. Be the founder, the very first people to play a complete platform. That's kind of how it came across. Like, here's this complete platform. Be the first person to play it. I think it should have been be a founder. Help us create this platform through this beta test. I think that's the way Google should have worded it, because really that's exactly how they're treating it, as a beta platform. I mean, think about it. Everything has been very focused on developers, and that's normally just how Google rolls too, is they're very focused whenever they release a new product, developers first, always. Being a developer, I know some of their APIs and how well they work with developers, yet the user side is just terrible still. And that's how Google approaches things. Developers always are first, and users definitely feel that. It's not a bad thing that the developers are first. If you look at reviews of people developing for Stadia, they're loving it. And that's key. If developers like it, they will bring their game to the platform, which is what Stadia needs right now. It's a new platform. It doesn't have any games, really. I mean, it has like 30, 40 games. But that's what they need to do. They need to sell developers on this to bring more games so users are happy. So it just takes time. And really, that's why I feel like people are disappointed, is they can't see the big picture of it yet. They see this short little section of how it is currently. But if you step back and see the roadmap of Stadia and know that over time, these developers that Google is winning over are going to make amazing games. And while they're making these amazing games, Google is going to be developing these amazing features. So when this finished version of Stadia is here, it's going to be amazing. So that's why I think people are a little disappointed. They approach this whole release as a public release when I think it's a beta release. And I think when the free version comes out, Stadia base, that'll be more likely. Don't hold me on this. It could be an opened up beta test, but I think they're going to use that free as this is Stadia. It's released. Here's the final thing, or version 1.0. So that's my take on it. Am I disappointed about Stadia? No, it's amazing. I got it. I can play games anywhere. I play Destiny wherever I want to, and it's amazing. And I think if we're looking at a big picture, connecting things together, I think it's going to be an amazing platform. I like it, and I think xCloud has big potential. I think GeForce Now has big potential, and I think Stadia has big potential. Competition is good, so I'm excited to see where this goes. Next question I've been seeing all over the place: can't talk, tired, ready for bed. Will cloud gaming take over the console market? Yes. Now, before everyone starts chucking their controllers at me, let me explain. Do I think it will be soon? No. I know Google wishes it would be soon because they obviously don't have a console. But I don't think it's going to be soon. Because of the very first thing I said actually about the PlayStation fan base is people have been using consoles for so long, it's going to take them a really long time to let go of that, to let go of their physical games and go all digital. I think it's going to be a process. I think it's going to also take time for developers to really start making good games for cloud, because it is different. You're dealing with, at least on Stadia's platform, you're dealing with a service that can just grab more power, where developers are used to having a fixed, like, this is as much hardware that can be used in this console. So we can run our games to the max. That's as far as we can go. But Stadia is modular, so you can just keep grabbing and getting more and more and more hardware to make the game look better and better and better. And so I think it's going to take some time for developers to get used to that. Do I think they're eventually going to take over the market? Yes, but not immediately. Like I said, the time, I'm thinking it's going to be 5 years at the earliest, more like 10 years, a decade from now, because I think it needs time to mature, time to get better, time to get closer to the consoles. Is there a lag on, because like, for example, delay, it's not perfect yet. It's super close. Most of society can't feel the lag, but some still feel it. It's still there. So I think that's going to get better. The user interface I like the user interface on some of these platforms. GeForce Now is a little rough. Like stuff like that, thinking for the user needs to happen. Like I know they're really focused on developing this technology, but in order for it to start taking over markets, they need to really focus on their users, making it friendly for their users, and making it pain-free. Because like I had to sign into like 3-4 different things on GeForce Now and then download the game. You know, just some things that the user isn't expecting. Those things need to be eliminated, and it needs to be a smooth, easy process. And then once they handle that and people start jumping over, I think cloud gaming is in the position to take over the console market. Not yet, but later on. And really that's just my thoughts where cloud gaming is currently, the status of it, and really no facts to it, just like what I'm thinking. Cloud gaming is becoming. I think it's going to be amazing, and it's a great time to be a part of gaming. Big shifts happening, and I'm excited to see what happens in the future. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. If you guys, what do you guys think about the future of gaming? Is it cloud? Would you want it to be cloud? So yeah, let me know in the comments. And like every YouTuber, I mean, you guys watch plenty of YouTube videos, you know, like, subscribe. I don't even know why we say it at this point. It does help, especially for me. I'm very small, so any like or subscription, I'm down. And then yeah, check out all my other videos. Some of them are boring, some of them are live streams. I don't know. Jump in the Discord channel. That's great. I'm there. If you want to dive into these questions even further, stuff that can't be covered in a video necessarily, but you want, just to continue the conversation, that's what the Discord's for. So go ahead and jump in there, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Sonata signing out. See you guys.